Good day, everyone. It's me again, Teacher MD. Today, you will learn one of the most important topics in English, and that is the subject-verb agreement. First, let us talk about grammar. What is grammar? Grammar in language is a set of rules and examples that encompass syntax, the way in which we order words to create phrases, clauses, and sentences, and word structures or morphology, example, adding an S to the word dog to create the plural dogs. Why is grammar important? It is the main feature within both our spoken and written communication that allows us to have our messages clearly understood. Using incorrect grammar can lead to sentences being meaningless and the message unclear, which in turn can lead to misinterpretation by a communication partner. Using correct grammar makes listening and reading easier for others to understand and can make the communication process more enjoyable. Mas madaling maunawaan ng mensahe o impormasyon kung maayos, tama at malinaw ang pagkakasulat nito. Since you are expected to write not only definitions, but an entire research paper in the coming years, it is indeed necessary for you to learn the rules on subject-verb agreement. Remember, the subject tells us the focus of the sentence, while the verb makes a statement about it. Let us have a quick review of subject and verb. Identify the subject and verb or verb phrase in each sentence. Longganisa, puto bao, and lambanog are some of the popular products from Quezon Province. Number 1. Longganisa, puto bao, and lambanog are some of the popular products from Quezon Province. That's right. The subject is longganisa, puto bao, and lambanog. And the verb is are. Next, Quezon Province is gifted with natural wonders. Okay, so the subject is Quezon Province and the verb or verb phrase is gifted. Number 3. Alibehaban Island offers a very calm and scenic view. Correct! So our subject is Alibehaban Island and the verb is offers. Let us have number 4. The locals and the tourists enjoy the hidden paradise. So our subject is the locals and the tourists, and our verb is enjoy. And last, number 5. Some tourists regularly visit the place during holidays. Okay, so the subject is some tourists and the verb is visit. Good job! I think you are now ready to learn, so let us begin. There are 3 types of verbs: action verbs, linking verbs, and helping verbs. Action verbs tells what action something or someone is performing. Ito yung mga nagsasaad ng kilos tulad ng words na dance, argue, present, offer, and promote. Linking verbs connects a noun or a pronoun with a word that identifies or describes it. So pag sinabi nating linking verb, ito yung is or was pag singular, are at where pag plural, at am pag ginamit mo ang pronoun na I. And last, helping verb or helping verbs, added before another verb to make it a verb phrase. O yung mga salitang dinadagdag natin sa isa pang verb para makabuo ng verb phrase. Halimbawa, will dance, must argue, have presented, was promoting. Yung will, must, have, at was ang tinatawag nating helping verb o auxiliary verb. Now, let us have rule number 1. If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. Is or was ang linking verb na ginagamit pag singular ang subject. Pwede ding has o lagyan mo ng s yung action verb. For example, Quezon is one of the 5 provinces that comprises Region 4A Calabarzon. So our subject is Quezon and the verb is. That is a linking verb. Number 2. According to the latest data from Philippine Statistics Authority, Quezon Province remains as the top agricultural producing province of various farm products in Calabarzon Region or Region 4A. So our subject is Quezon Province, and since it's singular, we will add s to the verb remain, and that will become remains. And number 3, according to the 2020 census, Lucena City has a population of 278,924 people. So our subject is Lucena City, and because it's singular, we will use has instead of have. So, kita nyo dito sa example, gumamit tayo ng linking verb at gumamit rin tayo ng action verb sa number 2 at gumamit rin tayo ng auxiliary or helping verb sa number 3. Again, we have is, remains, and has. So, ginamit natin ang mga words nito dahil ang subject natin ay singular. Rule number 2, if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Pag sinabing plural, higit sa isa. In number 1, the subject is beaches and it is plural, kaya hindi mo lalagyan ng s ang verb na attract. In the second example, the subject is Quezonians, so we will use the linking verb are instead of is. Look at this one. Again, pag sinabi nating is, ito ay para sa singular. Pag sinabi nating are, para sa plural subjects. Rule number 3. When the subject of the sentence is composed of 2 or more nouns or pronouns connected by and, use a plural verb. Obviously, our subject is composed of 3 nouns: pahiyas, pasayahan, and agawan festivals. So, the verb is are instead of is. Similar with sentence number 2. The nouns are connected by and, Quezon Province and Quezon City. So, we will use are instead of is. And in number 3, we have Quezon Province and Quezon City. That's why we used have instead of has. Rule number 4. When there is one subject and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentence must agree with the subject. Kung meron namang dalawang verbs sa iyong sentence, dapat pa rin itong nakadepende sa subject. For an instance, Nyugyugan Festival brings enjoyment and provides a livelihood to the locals. So dahil singular ang Nyugyugan Festival, dadagdagan mo ng s ang action verb na bring at gayon din ang action verb na provide, making them brings and provides. So for sentence number 2, the residents gather and prepare for the parade. So dahil ang the residents ay plural, hindi mo na kailangan lagyan ng s ang gather, gayon din ang word na prepare. And finally, fiestas were first introduced to the Filipinos by the Spaniards during the mid-1500s and were continued by the locals up to now. So ang verb phrase natin ay were introduced and were continued. At again, titingnan mo yung subject na fiestas na plural, kaya ang ginamit mo ay were instead of was. Rule number 5, intervening words like together with, in addition to, along with, as well as, including, and similar constructions following the subject do not affect the number of the subject. Kung merong intervening words, sa mismong subject ka pa rin titingin. Look at the examples. The candidates, together with their handlers, were asked to attend in the briefing for the upcoming binibining nyugyugan. So, hindi mo na kailangang i-consider yung intervening words na together with their handlers. Sa halip, mag-focus ka sa subject na the candidates. So, dahil ito ay plural, ang gagamitin mo ay were asked instead of was asked. So, ganun din sa number 2. The municipal mayor, along with the other government officials, supports the said event. Ang verb natin ay supports. Nilagyan mo ng S dahil ang subject ng municipal mayor ay singular. Rule number 6. When two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. Look at the example. Chami or pansit habhab reminds them of the province. So again, dahil singular siya, dadagdagan mo lang ng S ang action verb na remind, making it reminds. So for number 2, Miss Gray and Miss Wurzbach is invited to be the Reina Elena. So dahil gumamit ka ng or to connect Miss Gray and Miss Wurzbach, gagamitin mo ay is invited sa halip na are invited. Rule number 7. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closest to the verb. This is also called the rule of proximity. Sa unang halimbawa ay mas malapit ang subject na stalls sa live band, kaya hindi mo kailangan dagdagan ng ES ang verb na catch. Sa pangalawang halimbawa naman ay mas malapit ang live band, kaya dapat mong dagdagan ng ES ang verb na catch. Rule number 8. The words and phrases each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular and require a singular verb. For example, each stall offers unique souvenir items. Everyone is invited to witness the grand parade. Number 3, nobody wants to miss the street dance competition. And number 4, neither solicitation nor donation is allowed by the group. Rule number 9. Non-count nouns take a singular verb. Non-count nouns, on the other hand, refer to items, qualities, or concepts that cannot be counted. In the examples, the non-count nouns include health, time, and respect. Health has been the main priority of most people since the beginning of pandemic. So again, ginagamit ang has pag singular ang subject. Time is the main concern of the event organizers. Again, ginagamit ang is kapag singular ang subject. The same with number 3, respect is what they feel towards the win. Rule number 10. Some countable nouns in English such as earrings, goods, odds, surroundings, proceeds, contents, and valuables only have plural form and take a plural verb. For example, number 1, the proceeds of the pageant were given to the 2 charitable institutions. Again, ang subject na proceeds ay magte-take ng plural verb, kaya gumamit tayo ng were given instead of was given. Number 2, the goods look expensive and brand new. So, gumamit tayo ng verb na look at hindi na natin dadagdagan ng S dahil ang subject na goods ay plural. Rule number 11. In sentences beginning with there is or there are, the subject follows the verb. Since there is not the subject, the verb agrees with what follows the verb. Look at the examples. There are some changes regarding the mechanics of the context. So, pag gagamitin mo yung word na there or there are, there is, ang titingnan mo ay yung kasunod ng verb. So, there are some changes. So, dahil plural ang changes, gagamitin mo ay there are. So number 2, there is one thing. So dahil singular ang one thing, gagamitin mo ay is. And number 3, there are several complaints. So dahil plural ang several complaints, so you will use the linking verb are instead of is. Rule number 12. Collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but are considered singular and take a singular verb. Some examples are group, team, committee, family, and class. In the examples, the words committee and class are treated as one or single unit. That's why we added s to the verb agree and want, making them agrees and wants. Meanwhile, in the third example, bawat isa ang tinutukoy sa word na class, kaya hindi natin kailangan lagyan ng es ang verb na wish. The class wish to share half of their prize to their school. So, ang clue mo dito ay ang pronoun na their. Meaning, tinitingnan ang subject na class hindi bilang isang grupo or isang unit. So the plural verb is used if the focus is on the individuals in the group. This is much less common. Rule number 13. In the present tense, verbs agree with their subjects in number, whether singular or plural, and in person, first, second, or third. The present tense ending es or s is used on a verb if the subject is third person singular. Otherwise, the verb takes no ending. Look at the example. I love. You cannot say I loves. Okay? She loves. He, she, it will take singular verbs. And they love. Similar with you love and we love. Rule number 14. A few indefinite pronouns such as all, any, none, and some may be singular or plural depending on the noun or pronoun they refer to. So for example, some of her friends like to watch live bands at night. Some people think that joining in the pageants is very easy. None of them is allowed to participate. Number 4, all is well. So we are taking it as a singular subject. And number 5, all of them are qualified. Rule number 15. Titles of works, story, article, or establishment, even when plural in form, takes a singular subject. So pag title ang ating tinutukoy, kahit na mukha siyang plural in form like Starbucks, McDonald's, Metamorphosis, and Wonder Girls, still they will take the singular verb. Kaya, is ang ginamit natin sa sentence number 1, like Starbucks is their favorite hangout place. Number 2, McDonald's has suspended instead of have. Metamorphosis is based on a classic 1950 novella. And number 4, Wonder Girls, kasi isa lang naman siyang group, was a South Korean girl group formed by JYP Entertainment. Rule number 16. Adjectives used as subjects take plural verbs. So, look at this one. The brave. Brave is an adjective. That's why the verb will be plural or honored. So, medyo hindi ito common na ginagamit. Rule number 17. Fractions may take singular or plural verbs depending on the of phrase. 2/3 of the residents express. Again, you will look at the of phrase. So, ang of phrase niya ay of the residents at siya ay plural, kaya ang verb mo ay express at hindi mo siya dadagdagan ng es. And then, 2/3 of population, singular, population, belongs to the middle class. So, dadagdagan mo ng s or you will add s to the verb belong. Rule number 18. Words or phrases expressing periods of time, weight, measurement, and amounts of money are usually regarded as singular. 6 years. So kahit na mukha siyang plural dahil 6 years, still, it is considered or taken or regarded as singular. So, ang gagamitin mo na verb ay is instead of are. 6 years is quite a long period of time. Year 2020 has been so challenging for many Filipinos. 100,000 pesos, so kahit na mukha siyang plural, still, you will take it as singular, is indeed a big prize. Rule number 19. The expression the number takes a singular verb. The expression a number takes a plural verb. So ito lang yung tatandaan nyo. Look at the example. The number of participants is. So kahit na participants, mukha siyang plural, but you use the number, singular verb pa rin ang inyong gagamitin. Unlike this one, a number of Quezonians support. So pag ginamit mo yung a number, ang verb mo ay magiging plural. Rule number 20. Nouns plural in form but singular in meaning. Just like mathematics, statistics, and the Philippines. So dahil singular lang naman sila talaga, you will make use of singular verb. Is made, shows, you will add s to the verb, and then is known. So, tatandaan nyo lang, pag sinabi natin singular, ang ating linking verb na gagamitin ay is, was pag past tense, and then pag plural naman, ang gagamitin ay are, and were pag past tense. So, pag action verb naman, lalagyan natin ng s, yung verb, kapag siya ay singular, at you will not add s or es kapag ito ay plural. Paano naman ang has at have? So, ang has ay ginagamit pag singular at have ay ginagamit kapag plural. Now, let me explain the how-to of the tasks in your deep. So, task 4. Match the two parts of the sentence and join them together with is or are. Number 1 has been done as example. Do the same for the remaining sentences. So, kailangan nyong i-connect ang subject sa angkop na predicate sa pamamagitan ng pagdadagdag ng angkop na verb. Look at the example. In column A, we have art and music as the subject. Then, we connected it to the predicate, my favorite subjects. Dahil yung art at music ay tinrato na two subjects, ang verb na are ang idinagdag dito sa halip na is. Kaya magkakaroon tayo ng sentence na, art and music are my favorite subjects. Nararapat na i-rewrite o isulat nyo muli ang kumpletong pangusap bilang inyong kasagutan sa bawat item. How about task 5? Kailangan mong palitan ang subject gamit ang salita na nasa parenthesis. Halimbawa, papalitan mo ang phrase na what is left ng the remains. At gayon din ang verb kung di ito angkop. Imbes na is, ay naging are na ito dahil sa ang remains ay plural. Muli, i-rewrite o isulat muli ang buong pangungusap. Sa letter B naman ay papalitan mo ang helping verb na can be at can have at isasaalang-alang mo lang ang subject sa bawat pangungusap. Halimbawa, Mrs. blank a serious illness. So ano ang verb na dapat mong ilagay dyan? All means of transports blank these advantages. Finally, the assimilation part. Kailangan mo lang i-summarize dito ang inyong natutunan. In order to check whether your grammar is right or wrong, you have to find the subject. If the subject is singular, paano o ano ang i-consider mo sa pagsusulat ng angkop na form ng verb? Kung ito naman ay plural, ano din ang gagawin mo o pipiliing uri ng linking verb, action verb at helping verb? And that's it. I hope you learned something today. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.